Hey guys, welcome back to Indulge with Dimples today, and I got something special for y'all guys. So I'm using one protein, making two different meals, and guess what? They are going to be delicious and juicy for you. I'm talking about burgers, alright? So I am the burger master in my house. I'm about to give you two recipes, two secrets that I like to use when I'm making turkey burgers. Turkey burgers cannot be dry, and they need to be flavorful. And guess what? We're not using the oven or the grill or the stove top. And on top of that, I'm going to throw in a little extra flavor for you and make two sides using one, yeah, you heard me, one kitchen appliance. So come on, follow me in the kitchen. You're going to love this. Make sure you like, stay tuned, watch the video to the end. Leave me some dialogue at the bottom so we can have a connection. And I will see you next time. Alright guys, follow me in the kitchen. Alright guys, so we're going to be meal prepping this week, but we're going to be meal prepping burgers. So in order for us to eat a good meal and have a good dinner, we need a meal prep beside. So I have some red potatoes right here, and I have some little baby sweet potatoes. So what we're going to do is just actually roast them in the air fryer. I'm going to show you how to do that. So right here I have a couple of them. I have the sweet potatoes cut like french fries because I love them like this. And I'm going to show you how to make them really good. And then I have the red potatoes cut like we're going to roast them. And I'm going to show you how we're going to get more flavor for our buck with these red potatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I cut it up. And then from there I'm going to show you how we're going to season them, put them in the air fryer, and move on to our burgers. So I have a big red potato like this. If you have the smaller red potato, normally come in this size. This one is just a big one. So I'm going to cut this one up. And all you're going to do is cut it into 3 sections. And then you want to cut it in half again. And then half again. So you can get you some nice size bites. Just like this. So I'm going to show you again. So we cut up in 3 sections. We're going to cut that in half. Cut it in half. And then 4. If they're already small, you don't need to cut them up again. Because this is going to do pretty well. And then for the sweet potato, I'm just going to cut the ends off. And then I'm going to cut it down the middle. Oops. Cut it down the middle. Put it on the flat side. And cut it in 3 sections. So you can have some sweet potato fries. Some thick ones like some steak fries. Just go ahead and put them in your bowl. Again, some thick sweet potato fries. I'm going to do my last one. And so, I'm going to use the air fryer. You can use the oven. You can use whatever you want. When you are cooking these, we're not going to put any extra flavors until the end when they're complete. When they're hot and complete. But for now, if you have some olive oil, some vegetable oil, some canola oil, you want to sprinkle a couple or drops of it in your potatoes. And then you want to add just a little bit of table salt, pink Himalayan salt, whatever salt that you use. You want to go ahead and mix these up. Now I'm going to use an air fryer, and I'm going to put the air fryer on 350 to 370, depending on what the last thing it was on. And I am going to roast these for 25 minutes. Now as these will be roasting, I'm going to show you how we're going to make 2 types of burgers. We're going to make a buffalo turkey burger, and we're going to make a juicy turkey burger, okay? So 2 types of burgers. Make sure that these are seasoned with the salt. That's all you need to put, salt and whatever oil that you use in your home. And then drop them in the air fryer. Alright. I have a pretty big air fryer, so I can put a lot in there. So I'm just going to dump this whole bowl in there. Now you can do these in 2 batches if you like. But halfway through, I'm going to take them out and flip them. So I'm going to keep this bowl. And all I'm going to do is shake them up. And see, it's deep, it's a big one. I'm going to stick it in the air fryer. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how we're going to make 2 different types of burgers with our ground turkey. Ground turkey can be dry if you don't know what you're doing, but today we're going to make ground turkey juicy. So, this is the ground turkey that I have. I showed y'all this in one of my grocery hauls, mini hauls, and it had 2 packs. So I only took 1 pack out. and I let it defrost in the fridge instead of in the fridge instead of the refrigerator. And I'm just going to show you the ingredients that you need to use to make this buffalo ranch blue cheese turkey burger. So we need a little bit of pepper, you need a little bit of salt, you need garlic powder, not garlic salt. If you're going to use garlic salt, don't use salt, okay? Too much salt going on. We need some ranch. I have ranch seasoning. It's butter seasoning. I got it from the farmer's market. If you have a farmer's market and she homes make or he homes make it, it's better. They give you more kick in there. And then we have some blue cheese, and you can't forget the star. I like this hot sauce. Everybody has their own, but this is #1 around here. And you need the turkey meat, duh. Now, if you don't have the ranch seasoning and you don't have the garlic powder, you can just always use my favorite, throw it in there. Not sponsored, but if y'all see this, hit me up. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to divide the turkey meat into 2 separate bowls, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to get down making the blue cheese ranch buffalo turkey burger. Now I'm going to put some gloves on when I'm touching the meat. And I'm just going to start off by halving it. So I'm going to take one side and put it over here. And I'm going to put the other turkey meat on the other side because we're making 2 different types of turkey burgers, okay? Because we're going to be eating on this for lunch and dinner. So I'm going to set this one aside because this is for later. And let's get to making our burger, okay? So what you want to do, you just want to make sure you go ahead and just break it down. And this is all eyeball. You do not need to measure, but if you need to measure, I will give you some measurements. But this is all eyeball, okay? So don't kill the messenger. So first, we're going to add a little bit of salt in here. We're going to add some garlic powder. You can put more garlic powder if you like the smell of garlic powder. Don't be afraid. And then you're going to go ahead and add you a little bit of salt. If I can get it open, y'all. Alright. Just a little bit. I'm going to add a nice little sprinkle of our butter ranch. Now you can use the ranch seasoning that you use for making dip. That will be great. And then they have like some seasonings out now that you can buy that's ranch. So go ahead and do that. I'm going to add a nice little flavor of that. I'm going to go ahead and pour as much heat as you can take in your buffalo burger. I'm going to give myself about a 1/4 cup now. This is where you get interesting. I'm going to give myself a 1/4 cup. And you want to go ahead and mix this up with your hand or your spoon, whatever you have. And after you get done mixing it up a little bit, you're going to go ahead and sprinkle some blue cheese crumble in there, okay? So I'm just preparing to open that up. Now, if you don't like blue cheese, monster cheese will be the best flavor for you in here. But I mean, this is a blue cheese ranch burger, so just follow along. I promise you, you'll like it. Now, if you can't take the heat of the hot sauce, don't put so much in there. Take it back. Don't put. You can add a little at a time, but if you add a lot, then you can't take it out. So a little at a time. And I added just enough because the burger, the meat has changed colors, as you clearly can see. And if you was in the kitchen with me right now, you'll be smelling the buffalo. You'll be smelling the seasoning. So I'm going to make a little well in the middle, like so, like you do bread. And I'm just going to sprinkle about a 1/4 cup of blue cheese in here. And these blue cheese chunks are pretty big. So when we mix this up for the second time, I'm going to break it down. So I like to fold it in there. So each burger is going to have this blue cheese in it. So just fold it in there. And with ground turkey, you don't want to overwork it. So like if you just keep mixing it and mixing it and mixing it, it's going to make the meat tough, and that's not what you want. So that's why I said just fold it in there a couple times, and you should be great. Now I smell all the seasoning in this burger. When I say all the seasoning, I smell it in here. And I'll make a little ball, nice little ball. And you should be able to make 4 nice juicy burgers out of this. So I'm going to go ahead and just split it down the middle. Divide it in half and then divide it again. You should have 4 equal parts. And all you're going to do is take that, ball it up. And you should be able to smell all your seasonings and see blue cheese crumbles in there, okay? And that's how you know you made a good burger. Now, the way you can keep these burgers from not even messing up on you or anything, what you want to do is just make a perfectly round ball like so. Get you some parchment paper, and you want to lay it on the parchment paper and flatten it out. And then once you get done flattening it out, put it up top of the fridge and let it sit. And so when you take it out to cook it, y'all, the burger is going to cook in a perfect circle. It is going to be good and juicy, okay? So I'm going to finish rolling these up, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to go ahead and make our second burger. Alright guys, so we are moving on to our second burger. Hopefully y'all will enjoy this one, because this is a burger that I like. So I like to experiment with my turkey burgers. We don't want it dry. And if you never had fresh dill, you need to go pick you some up, because putting it in a turkey burger will be your best friend. So I'm about to do the rundown of the ingredients for the juicy burger, okay? So this dill is fresh. Oh my god, I love the smell of this. I can just eat some like on a salad or something. But get you some fresh dill. Can never have too much of a red onion. You're going to need some pepper, some salt. I like to add a little Mrs. Dash in there and some garlic powder, not garlic salt. If you're going to use garlic salt, don't use regular salt. And bam, we're going to put some feta cheese in this. This is going to make it. So I'm going to go ahead, and I do have my turkey meat. Remember, we divided it. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this feta cheese. And I'm going to go ahead and chop and dice some dill and onions, red onions. Now you can put as much onions and dill that you want in your burger. But if you're not a fan of dill, I mean, you can skip it. If you're not a fan of feta cheese, you can skip it. Or just put a little in there. But you got to have your red onion. Now we're going to go ahead and add some of this Mrs. Dash in there. Some garlic powder. A little bit of salt. Sprinkle the feta cheese in there. Get you a good quality feta cheese. Get you a good quality cheese regardless. Put your gloves on. And go ahead and mix this up. Now, I mix it up and see first, and then afterwards, I'm going to see if I want to put an egg in here or not. But you do not have to put an egg in here. Make sure you get your good quality ground turkey too. This is good quality. So I'm going to go ahead, like I told you earlier, just fold about 2 or 3 times so you get everything in your meat. Make a big old ball in here, and you're going to go ahead and go down the middle. And then you're going to slice it again. So you should have 4 sections, 4 burgers. Roll them out, and then we're going to get to rolling these burgers out. And we're going to freeze the ones we're not going to use. And then I'm going to get to cooking them, and I'm going to show you how we're going to dress up these burgers, okay? So let's roll these burgers out, and I'll be back when it's time to cook them and to dress them up. Alright guys, so halfway through I took the air fryer out, and you can see how these potatoes are looking. So the red potatoes looking like roasted potatoes. They're not quite done, and the sweet potatoes are getting there. They're almost there, but they're not quite done. So, and the grease that we put in there drops to the bottom of the pan. So what I'm going to do is take the bowl that we used earlier, and I'm going to pour the potatoes with the little grease at the bottom in the pan. Get some of these potatoes, mix it up again, and pour it right back on top, because we want these potatoes and everything to be greasy. No, we want them to be cooked really, really good. So put that back in there, let it finish. We have 10 more minutes to go. And when we come to an end, I'm going to show you how you're going to flavor the potatoes and make them pop, and flavor the sweet potatoes and make them pop. So just go ahead and finish starting it, and we have 10 minutes as you can see. So I'll be right back to finish that up. Alright guys, so I separated the potatoes. Look how beautiful they are when they come out the air fryer. That's why I like to do them like that, because it gets that roasted crispy look, and it doesn't take that much work. And then look at my sweet potatoes. Delicious. So I separated them, and I've been tasting them. You know, a good cook always tastes their food. So anyway, I put them in this pan. All I'm going to do while they're warm, I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I'm going to add some garlic powder. I'm going to add a little bit of this ranch powder seasoning. If you don't have that, the garlic powder and the salt will do wonders. But, you know, we're going to kick it up a notch. Okay, set that aside. I'm going to take my spoon and just stir this around. Like so. Now, if you want them a little more crispier, go ahead and throw them back in the air fryer again for another 5-10 minutes. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Just throw them back in the air fryer again for another 5 or 10 minutes. Yo. Okay. And I'm just going to get a little one. Now, when you do that, look how seasoned they look. They look delicious. They look golden. They look brown. They are cooked perfectly. Let's take a little one, like so. This is hot. I'm going to put it in my mouth, y'all. Delicious. I'm going to show you how we're going to cook these sweet potatoes to make them flavorful. Go ahead and dump the sweet potatoes into your pan. Like so. Should have got a bigger pan, but I didn't. Add a little bit of salt. Just a tad bit of salt. Now, if you have salted butter, do not add salt. If you have unsalted butter, add salt. Get you a tablespoon of this butter. And we watch our sugar intake over here, so not sponsored, really good. Try it. Brown sugar. Go ahead and just knock a little bit in there. Maybe a pinch or two. Just a pinch or two. A pinch or two, y'all. That's all you need. Sorry about the light, and it's getting dark. We eating late. Okay. Let this stir around. It's going to get caramelized. It is going to give this sweet potato fries the flavor that it's been missing. Now, you put the butter in to make the glaze so that the brown sugar doesn't like get caramelized and sticky. It gives it a little sauce to it. So that's all you need to do. We're going to toss these a couple times. And I tell you, if you want to take off some of that butter. That's why I said use a tablespoon of butter. But if you want to take off some of the butter, put them back in the air fryer. Look at this. It's hot. I know it tastes good. I'm about to put it in my mouth. Look at that, y'all. Delicious. Final thing we're going to do, these are our burgers. We're going to put them in the air fryer. I'm going to let them cook for 10 minutes. And then I'm going to take them out. And I'm going to show you how we're going to dress this up. And it's going to be time for dinner. Stay tuned. We almost at the end. Yeah. Are y'all ready to get this started? So, I'm going to use some solo bread. Everybody knows what this is about. I told you I like low carb. This is low carb. Look at the sweet potatoes. If you follow the recipe of what I showed you, these are going to be the favorite in the house. Everybody's going to love you. You're going to love yourself. Look at our roasted potatoes. Follow the recipe. Everybody's going to love you. Okay? These are some homemade pickles I made. If y'all interested, I can show you how I made them. I'm going to use some avocado mayo and some ketchup, mustard, and tomato. So, I'm going to show you that I cooked everything in the air fryer today. Everything in the air fryer. Look at these burgers. Probably can't see it right now, but look at the burger. That is the dill burger, and this is our turkey burger. Okay, so all I'm going to do is go ahead and add a little bit of mayo at the bottom of the bun. Just a dollop of mayo at the bottom of the bun. We're going to do an open face today, so don't worry. You don't need to add no cheese or anything like that, because guess what? It's already in the burger. Okay, and you're going to put you a tomato on top. Boo. Boo. Tomato on top right there. Listen, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and just fix my plate up. I'm going to get some of these sweet potato fries. Oh, yeah. Put that in there. A couple of them. Give me a couple of these potatoes. That's just for today, because I just want to taste it. Okay. Look at that. This is beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. So go ahead. Follow the recipe. Like, subscribe, share. Start a dialogue at the bottom. Tell me how much you like these burgers. And I will see you next Sunday with another meal. Alright guys. See you later.